Welcome, Theater Addicts. My name is Vanessa Marshall, and I'll be reviewing Fuck Tinder tonight by David Rodwin at Performance Works behind me as part of the 2018 Vancouver Fringe Festival. I'm looking forward to this show because it sounds like a really fun, zany tale, that your friend is telling you. I'm a little bit too old-fashioned for dating apps, but I do have like a voyeuristic curiosity about how they work and what people do. So I'm looking forward to the show and hoping that it is great. So we'll see you afterwards. I just saw Fuck Tinder by David Rodwin at Performance Works as part of the 2018 Vancouver Fringe Festival. What do I think of the show? It is overall a really great, lovely, funny show. It's not dark. It's obviously has sexual content in it, quite a lot of sexual content in it. Some of it's exotic sexual content in it, you might say, but it's overall very positive. It's very sex positive. It's very feminist positive. It's a funny one-man show. I don't usually go to one-man shows or like one-man shows, but like I said in my intro, I sort of got the vibe that it was sort of like a friend telling a funny story, and it is very much that. So if you're not into, one-man performances where they play like 12 different characters, you don't need to worry about that in this case. This is a pretty much straight up like a friend telling you a crazy story about their life, which is I find always enjoyable. Obviously everything is sparse in terms of lighting and music and costumes and all that sort of stuff, but they actually do a good job in sort of giving you different moods and giving you different locations. You always know where you are. You're always able to follow the plot. I would say that I think he was maybe a bit nervous. This was the first show, and so maybe he's a little bit nervous in the first third. The jokes are really well written, but some of the delivery, the timing wasn't quite right. He was going a little bit too fast. So my hope is that in later performances, the timing will work out a little bit better just in terms of him relaxing, because I think there is some really great material there. The show does go on longer than it probably should.
He just said it. He just said it.
That's him behind us, quite excitedly. But it's a little bit long. It's a little bit, it drags a little bit in the middle. The pacing in terms of, it's quite funny at the beginning, and then it kind of gets into this less funny middle, and then the last third is a great mixed bag of things that are sort of crazy and zany and funny and heartfelt and touching and beautiful. And so I think that would be sort of my biggest critique. It's just that it's a little bit long, and the conclusion comes in the epilogue. So if you really have time, do stay for the epilogue, because the epilogue is really the true conclusion to the story in my view. So I think that if you want to really know where does it go, what does it happen, what is the point of all of this, you do need to stay for the epilogue. So I think it's a great start from an excellent writer and a lovely performer. He's got great charisma, he's got great personality, he's extremely charming and likable, and I really adore watching him and listening to his story. It was really fun. It was really, you definitely cared. I felt the definite empathy for what he was going through. There's some social commentary about Trump and, what it's like to live in LA and San Francisco, and I enjoyed all of that from sort of a cultural kind of perspective. I would say that overall it's a really good show. It's definitely more enjoyable than most one-man shows that I have seen in my life. It is a little long. It's 75 minutes, so be prepared that it is over an hour. And I think what I would suggest maybe for David, if you're listening, is maybe take a page out of TJ Dawes' book and break these really interesting, really fascinating, enjoyable, hilarious stories and break them into different shows, because there's a lot there, a little bit too much there for the one show in my view. But overall, it was a great experience, really positive, really enjoyable, really heartfelt, and I enjoyed it a great deal. My name is Vanessa Marshall. I've been reviewing Fuck Tinder by David Rodwin at Performance Works as part of the 2018 Vancouver Fringe Festival. Please join the Theater Addicts YouTube page and our feed, and keep watching for other reviews that come up. Feel free to leave your comments below, and we hope you enjoy Fringe.